An Oregon gun shop is in the news today for refusing to sell a gun to a self-proclaimed Antifa member, who says the shop is violating his Second Amendment rights and punishing him for his political views. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have the FFL equivalent of bake the cake, bigot. Private businesses can choose who they do business with, and FFLs are no different. In fact, they're usually encouraged not to sell a gun to someone when they feel something isn't right. Not to mention, they could get sued if they do. In this case, however, Mark Iannicelli claims it's a violation of his Second Amendment rights and is discrimination. Before I get into this barrel of fun, this video is brought today by Blackout Coffee Company. Because I wrote this video at 2 a.m. and Liberty Toddler woke me up with a book to the face. Blackout is a coffee company built on traditional values and a love for the Second Amendment. Every single bag of their coffee is roasted fresh to order, whether it's their new holiday roasts or their partner roasts, which donate to your favorite gun rights groups directly. To check them out, get a good cup, and help support the channel, go to blackoutcoffee.com/libertydoll. Iannicelli purchased a gun online from a Colorado gun shop and recently had it transferred to Florence Gun Shop in Florence, Oregon. He went in to pick it up and for some reason handed the FFL a personal business card with an Antifa logo on it and several links for an array of websites. 5 of them were for websites for targeted individuals, which, if you haven't heard, are people that believe they have been secretly chosen by the FBI and CIA to unwillingly participate in government torture programs. A 6th link just says www.anti-gangstalking-center, which isn't even an actual link. The 7th link is currently broken, and the final one is for Rose City Antifa. He and local KEZI describe the links as self-defense websites, but they most definitely are not. Several of them look like they're from the dial-up era of internet and don't even use proper English. In other words, they are super professional. After seeing the card, the FFL said no thank you and told Iannicelli that he wasn't comfortable running the background check or transferring the firearm, because clearly this dude is a crazy person. That is well within the FFL's right, and he didn't even say anything about the targeted individual thing. He simply told Iannicelli he couldn't sell a gun to an Antifa member, and Iannicelli took it as an opportunity to explain the media's favorite talking points that Antifa isn't an organization, it's like a movement of ideas. Which totally won the FFL over. And Stalin was a movement of ideas too. So then he tried telling the FFL that he's not actually part of Antifa, he just randomly has them on his business card for some reason, which is way better and totally normal. Iannicelli says that he is being denied his rights over his political affiliation, even though he says that he's not Antifa and Antifa isn't a political party. And he compared it to, haha, you guessed it, racism. He said that if the FFL didn't like the card, he should have just thrown it away. You know what? That is excellent advice. Let's just throw all of Antifa away. All of this apparently led to an argument with the shop management that got heated enough that Iannicelli thinks that he'll never be allowed to set foot in Florence Gun Shop ever again. And you know what? I wouldn't want him there either. Also, he claims that this experience is somehow making him have to pay 3 times as much for the gun. Not sure how, as he had allegedly already bought and paid for it, but okay. Fascism! Meanwhile, 60 Antifa members were indicted in Georgia recently on everything from RICO to terrorism charges. The organization is also famous for looting, taking over entire city blocks, trying to blow up buildings, and burning things down, all through the power of puppies and rainbows. Because anything else would be fighting fascism with fascism. A quick search of his name shows that he has built up quite the reputation in Denver with several arrests for jury tampering. These allegedly involved him simply handing out flyers for jury nullification in front of the courthouse, though there were also complaints of him harassing jury members and women who worked at the courthouse. The complaints were serious enough that a judge dissolved an order that would have allowed Iannicelli to continue handing out the flyers. Truthfully, I am all for jury nullification for unjust laws, and the Colorado Supreme Court also sided with Iannicelli. But through these articles, I also learned that he was a member of Occupy Denver, and that the case they were trying to get nullified was the case of a black man killing 5 people, 4 of them women, in a bar and then setting it on fire to try and hide the evidence. And that is a strange case to hang your jury nullification hat on. Unless you're BLM Antifa, I guess. Either way, what we have is a guy who runs with Antifa, a violent group that beats people up, stifles their speech, loots and burns things down in the name of fighting fascism, trying to claim discrimination because a gun shop wouldn't sell him a gun, but also claiming that the shop cheated him and was charging him 3 times the price for the gun they wouldn't transfer him. Oh, and also the FBI and CIA are secretly stalking him to turn him into the next false flag patsy. Which, if you think about it, is an even better reason not to sell him a gun. Does not help your case, sir. And to top it all off, the guy is so sure of the moral superiority of his leftist bubble that he thought giving the FFL a business card announcing all of this was a good idea. Actually, if that doesn't sum up Antifa, I don't know what does. Usually they're just a little younger. All right, everyone, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this story as much as I did. You guys know all of the algorithm things. Like, share, and subscribe. If you are new here, ring that notification bell. And if you're feeling extra spicy, remember, there is still voting open to nominate me for any category you might like in the Gundies. Someone actually recently told me that they nominated me for Most Dapper. And you know, I kind of like that. Anyways, Mama's running out of gas and needs to go get her 3rd cup of coffee today. Again, shout out to Blackout. So, as always, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there and happy shooting.